Hey, we're gonna do 60s makeup today. I've got my Edie Sedgwick earrings on. ASMR. So I did my base earlier in another video. So I just kind of like mattified and I lightened my lips a little bit by putting some concealer on them. I didn't feel like redoing everything, so we're gonna focus on the eyes here. I also sort of intensified my brows, but they're not exact. All right, so I already did primer, eye primer. So the trick to 60s makeup is, what's the trick? Following your natural eye shape. So if you look at a lot of people from the 60s, like for instance, Edie Sedgwick, Twiggy, they all kind of like accentuated this shape right here. So whatever you have going on, this line that's going around my eye socket, they followed that shape from the very inner and then exaggerated the point downward. Now, some things that you want to keep in mind before you actually do this is the further you bring that line in, it's going to make your eyes look closer together. And the more you keep it in line with this area, it'll look more natural because I have like not super close set eyes, but like they're not ridiculously wide set or particularly wide set. So when I do this, I'm going to follow this line to begin. And then depending on how, close you keep it in, it's going to make your eyes look a little smaller. Cats. The further you bring it out, it's going to give them a little bit more of like a sultry look. And then obviously, like, depending on how far you take it down, it's going to bring your eyes down a little bit. So, but that's a part of the 60s magic. Let's do it, man. So I'm actually going to start off, no, I guess I'll do my lower lash line after. What palette am I using? It's going to blow. Vive, maybe? Vive? Dude, honestly, I'm not excited. I haven't been excited about any eyeshadow palettes since the Hindash palette. I need recommendations. I think I'm gonna use my Vive palette because it's been a while since I've used it. Sunscreen is on my mind since I used it. So I'm actually going to start off with Lava Rock, which is this beautiful, like, taupey, oh, I don't even know how to describe it, but I just fucking love it. And it just matches the whole vibe right now. So Lava Rock is what I'm gonna start off with. And I'm actually going to use this little number 3 brush by Rephr. And I'm going to, cats are so crazy. Focus that on the tip of the brush, tapping it off, and then looking down into a mirror. I'm gonna start on the inner part of my eye. So I'm gonna follow this line and I'm gonna go just above it, ever so slightly, because my like eyelids do crease a bit. So I'm gonna bring it down to my inner corner. Okay, boo, settle down. I'm gonna go around my eye socket. And you can use an eyeliner. I prefer using shadows because I feel like they're just like more forgiving. And then as I get to the outer part, I'm just going to bring it down. And again, how far you bring this down is really up to you. What are you doing? I'm gonna bring it in a little bit more, or down a little bit more on the inner part. Dude, this brush is like such a necessity. If you don't have, okay, wait, where's the other one? Because there's one that's like even tinier than this. Yes, the Rephr 23 and the Rephr 03 brush. These two brushes are such a fucking necessity. If you don't have them, you have to pick them up. They've changed my life. Anyway, so I'm creating this shape, okay? Now let's try to get it even. Nothing's going down. I tapped it up too much. Keep in mind how you're holding your brush. The more you angle it, the more like blending you're gonna get. If you wanna keep it a little sharper and more precise, you wanna kind of like have the tip going right against your skin like that. So keeping it like more horizontal to the ground. Dude, when this cat wants my attention, she just rips at all the upholstery. It's so annoying. But I just fed her lunch. I don't know what the problem is. Excuse me. What are you doing? Go to bed. No. She's so high maintenance. If you have wrinkles or folds, like here, you can see I kind of have like a fold that's going like out a little bit. Just pat in that area so you don't get skipping. All right, now I want a matte vanilla or like a matte shade that's basically like either the same color as my skin tone or lighter than my skin tone. And I need a flat brush. This is my concealer brush. I'll use my Sigma E54 since it's my fave. So I'm gonna use like a little shader brush. I'm gonna pick up So Shy, which is this like beautiful matte vanilla. And I'm going to look down into my mirror and I'm gonna pat this all over my lid, bringing it all the way up to that line. Depends on how soft you want that line to be. You can make it more harsh, you can make it softer. I like it this, you know, it's kind of like somewhere in between. It's like soft, but also defined. I don't like it to be any more harsh than this, but if you're doing kind of like, I don't know, something more subtle for daily wear, you could use like a transition shade rather than something this dark compared to your skin tone. And you can also use this color to kind of clean up any mistakes or inconsistencies with each side. So I'm just following that line. I'm gonna take that same matte color and I'm gonna bring that just underneath my brow. Ooh, is that actually darker? Oh, whatever, who cares? Take that underneath my brow bone, and I'm also gonna use it to just kind of like clean up around the outer part. Just because this side got like a little thicker. All right, now I need a nude. And depending on like how intense you want it to be, obviously. Ooh, I'll use the Mario. You can use like white in your waterline, you can use nude, you can use something that's like just a couple shades lighter than your skin tone. I'm gonna use the Makeup by Mario brightening pencil in light 1. I'm gonna put this all in my waterline. From the outer to the inner corner. The only thing is I'm just trying to focus this in my waterline and not bring this down onto the lash line at all. All right, now I'm gonna use that same Rephr brush because it's just the best. And I'm gonna pick up Lava Rock again. And I'm gonna use this to define the lower lash line. And what I'm gonna do is place this, let me see if I can zoom you in even more. Yeah, deep zoom. I'm gonna place this just under my, like on my lash line basically. And then I want the majority of the pigment to be like right here. And then as I get to the inner and outer corners, I'm gonna kind of like fan it out and down a little bit. Like following that downward line, basically. It goes against everything that people do with their makeup today, and that's why I love it. So we're defining the lower lash line, the majority of the pigment here, and then kind of bringing it down here as if it's a shadow of the upper lashes. Same in the inner part, bringing it down. Just extending this inner crease line a little bit more. And then something else that you can do is with that same nude pencil or with a matte white or a matte whatever color, light color, you can kind of like intensify the contrast in here. So I'm using that Mario pencil again and just brightening the inner corner. And you can do the same thing over here. Kind of like extend the waterline. Okay, and obviously 60s makeup was like all about lashes, especially Edie, but I want this to be like wearable every day. I'm going to just use mascara. And if you are like me and you need more of a lift to your lashes than the regular mascara gives, then using something waterproof would be great. But I recently discovered the Saie Beauty mascara. It was recommended to me, and I was like wow, I just lost the word, skeptical. But it's actually bomb for like a non-waterproof mascara. Hold on, please hold, keep holding. So I'm gonna curl my lashes with my Rephr Lash Curler. I'm gonna go in with the Saie Beauty, I think it's a lengthening mascara. And then for my lower lashes, I'm gonna focus it like basically in that line that we created. So I just don't wanna cover up that like light color that we put. So I'm focusing my mascara right inside that like shadow line we created. And I really want to load them up. So if they get a little clumpy, that's totally fine. All right guys, this is it up close and in person. Up close and in person? I was gonna say up close and personal. I fucking love it. I think I'm gonna start doing my eye shape like this. And if you kind of like swoop your lashes to the side, it sort of accentuates that like almost sleepy look that we have going on, because everything's like, you know, it's like, whew. It's so dramatic and fabulous. All right guys, that's it. I just wanted to, honestly, I've just been like bored. I've been bored with like makeup that people are doing these days, and I just want something different. And 60s is just like so fun and like so glam and dope, but like this is so accessible for like everyday makeup, you know? It's super easy. It's just like 2 shadows. You don't even really need to use a matte, like a matte nude or something close to your skin tone. You can literally just do this. You can use a liner. You can do whatever you want. It's very quick. You don't need to wear lashes. You can if you really want to like jazz it up. Let me know if you want to see like a really like a more glam version of this, because like some of my favorite looks from Edie were when she had like super like, it was this, but it was like super smoky eye, like really glam. And I did like a recreation video, I think it was for Halloween a few years ago, where I did like an Edie Sedgwick makeup look where I kind of like tried to look like her. That was really fun. I can link that somewhere if you're interested, if you just happen to be a fan. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to give this a shot. Let me know if you want to see more 60s makeup looks. Also my Twiggy tutorial, that was so much fun. This is just like 60s inspired. It's obviously not everything because I did contour and I do have a overlined lip on right now. Yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed, and let me know what you want to see coming up next.